Visa 5 marketing tactics that took my software company Virlo from zero to over $200,000 in revenue in the first 12 months, including how to scientifically engineer virality. Let's get into it. So if you don't know me, I'm Deniz. I'm a full-time digital marketer. I've been doing it for around 4 to 5 years now. And in that time, I also built my own software company Virlo to help digital marketers produce viral content. So you got me right here. When I was attending TikTok's headquarters in London, I've been invited there 3 times now because of the work I've done in digital marketing. And every company on screen with me has personally paid me to do digital marketing for them across their socials or my socials. So let's just say I'm very experienced in this space. Okay, number 1, test one angle per piece of content. So whether you make a video, do an ad, write an email, a lot can contribute to the success or failure of that piece of content. And the only way to truly determine what is moving a needle is through scientifically analyzing what is working. So the reason I say this is because if you're posting a piece of content for a brand, a lot of times that brand has multiple product features and multiple use cases. And a lot of founders I speak to and marketing managers, they try and cram every single use case into one video. So they will be like, oh, we can do this and this factor and that factor. And they try and put it all into one video because they don't want to miss out on anything. But then what happens when that video underperforms or overperforms, you're left scratching your head as to what is actually causing that video to do well. The best possible thing you can do is test one angle at a time. I'll flash up some pictures now from Apple when they do their ads. Notice how every single ad from Apple, especially the static ads, only showcase one feature at a time, because then they can determine what each feature is actually moving the needle and what in reality is causing customers to want to buy and what has negligible returns. Number 2, the Trojan Horse Method. I absolutely love this. If you're unaware of the story of Troy, what happened is the Greek soldiers entered into Troy and it was a fortress, impossible to infiltrate. So what they did is they brought a horse as a present. Then they went back over to shore. The people of Troy brought in the horse, and then what ended up happening in the middle of the night is the horse was actually inside. It was a bunch of Greek soldiers who came out in the middle of the night and took over Troy. This is the premise of it. So what do I mean by Trojan horse marketing? This is where you, rather than coming out the gates and trying to be very loud and proud about your product, you create a Trojan horse effect. So you talk about something that's not necessarily related to your product, but you bring that to the forefront. And then in reality, on the back end, you are selling your product. So I did this myself in June last year when I was talking about the VO3 boom. VO3 was absolutely taking over. AI automation was going viral around summer last year. And so what I did is I made a video about it, but then in the back end, I was promoting my software Virlo to be used for the prompting and for the idea generation. And what ended up happening is that video got over 100,000 views because it was a trending topic. And in the back end, that generated over $30,000 for Virlo in a matter of just 2 weeks from that video being uploaded on the 7th of June. So that showcases the power, because 6th of June generated $200, 7th of June generated $4,000, literally the day of posting that video. That showcases the power of Trojan horse marketing, taking stuff that is going viral in your niche and using that as a Trojan horse to get people interest in your video, and be on the back end selling them your products. Next, more. A lot of founders don't realize that they can be doing an awful lot more when it comes to marketing their products. Alex Hormozi said this in a recent video. He said, you don't realize how little volume you are doing. If you ask a random person down the street, they won't know of your product. If you ask someone in your ICP, a lot of times they won't know of your product. So the case is you need to be doing more. Never think you're doing enough. And more doesn't just mean posting more YouTube videos or more TikTok videos. It can mean more channels. Let's target Reddit. Let's target LinkedIn. Let's target X. I, for example, am spending more time on LinkedIn now. If you want to follow my LinkedIn, it's down below in the description. I just started posting around daily on LinkedIn. I'm aiming for 5 to 6 posts every single week. That's something new I started literally this month because I understood the power of LinkedIn and posting more. More replies even. If you're not posting content, reply to people's content. The point is you can always be doing more volume, because every single piece of content you create is another opportunity for someone to enter your ecosystem. So whether you are a founder-led marketer, so I would classify myself as someone like that. So when I say founder-led marketing, that is when you market around yourself and your story. And as a byproduct of that, people buy your product. That's definitely rising in popularity. Even YouTubers like Logan Paul, KSI, Mr. Beast, who are at its core YouTubers, they are marketing products based off their YouTube content. They don't have a clue about chocolate, whether it's Mr. Beast, or energy drinks or hydration drinks if it's Logan Paul and KSI. But the point is they understand marketing and they understand having a cult following and how that ties in to marketing a product. So whether you are doing brand marketing directly from the brand channels or founder-led marketing, more when it comes to content, never feel satisfied that you aren't doing enough. By the way, if you are struggling to get paid customers with a proven marketing strategy, you can check out the first link in the description or in the pinned comment. There, I will craft a bespoke strategy for your particular business to generate views, leads, and importantly, sales using my repeatable formula that's worked for my own businesses and, well, over $60 million businesses that I partnered with. So yes, first link in the description to check it out. You can book in a direct call with myself. Number 4, the power of evergreen content. I'm a massive proponent of having evergreen content. What this means is content that doesn't go out of fashion. I see it as digital real estate. You plant the seeds of the tree and you just let it grow and grow. And the way you do this primarily is by SEO optimizing content. So when I post on YouTube, every now and then I'll make an SEO optimized video with the goal of just having that video rank in Google and AI over time so it will continue to get views. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, this works. In fact, I'll flash up some screenshots now of some videos of mine that even though I posted them 1, 2, 3 years ago, they still continue to get views every single day because they've ranked very well on SEO-based content. When I speak to founders and look at their social media strategy, I'm always looking, how can we make SEO-based videos? Because that is just easy ways to bring down your customer acquisition cost. Because as those videos continue to rank, that is just free traffic and free sales without having to spend any money on ads or having to constantly churn out new content. That is just content that will continue to grow and build in the background, all through the power of SEO optimizing content and making content that's evergreen based. Number 5, live in your ICP habits. This all comes from 2 books. Number 1, Atomic Habits that I read, and number 2, what they don't teach you at Harvard Business School. And why this is so important is because when it comes to getting someone to buy your product, you're making a 0 to 1 change. If someone has not heard of your product before, you have to go from unaware of the product, unaware of the problem, to then understanding about your product, being problem aware, and then actually buying the product. It's a huge change for someone to do. And if there's one thing about humans notoriously do not like change. So what you need to do is make your product as seamless as possible so it can integrate into your ICP's daily habits. I had this conversation literally yesterday with one of my B2B clients who runs a chai distributor company. They've served over 4,000 cafes worldwide. And we were trying to crack the B2C game. And I said to them, okay, I want a complete breakdown of who your ICP is. Everything about them that you know, their ages, their habits, everything they do, because we're going to create a custom plan tailored around what they do so we can just fit your product into that day-to-day schedule and make it a seamless transition. This is the key. If you want someone to adopt what you do, make the friction as seamless as possible. If you want them to stop doing something, make the friction as much as possible. That's how you destroy bad habits and build good habits. So when it comes to your product or service, how can we fit it around what someone does day to day? So if you're targeting teenage guys, for example, teenage boys, what do they like to do? A lot of times they like to play sports, play video games. Try and integrate it during those habits. So if you are selling a teeth whitening strip, for example, that's your product. Don't say, quit the video games and start doing teeth whitening strips. Instead say, or showing the advert, someone playing video games whilst using the teeth whitening strips and say, 30 minutes you can complete a Fortnite game while wearing the teeth whitening strips. Something like that. Can you see how that integrates into their current habits? They're more likely to purchase the product. At Virlo, we try and do this as much as possible with our ICP, letting them know, hey, this is your workflow for trying to find content. Why not just utilize Virlo in this? Because it cuts down you doom scrolling on TikTok for hours with no idea what to post about. Use Virlo and you've got the ideas right there and then. It's an easy switch and your workflow stays the exact same. So that was 5 marketing tactics I've used myself for Virlo and for the million and billion dollar companies that I partner with for digital marketing. As mentioned down below, you can check out the first link in the description or in the pinned comment to talk to me about your particular business. I'd love to hear about businesses on a day-to-day basis and how I can help out with your marketing strategy. And if you want to, make sure you subscribe down below because you'll see even more videos around digital marketing and marketing advice. This is my business YouTube channel catered towards businesses and brands looking to scale through their digital marketing efforts, get leads and get sales through content. And also check out the video right beside me as I went in on a deeper dive as to how to do digital marketing. It's a 2-hour full tutorial, everything I know over 4 to 5 years condensed into one video. You do not want to miss it.